Madden football is the home of the Super Bowl, and this historic matchup is brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Cardinals and the Bills. All that and more coming up next.
We are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. We count down to kickoff in what should be an epic one here, as it'll be the AFC champion Buffalo Bills taking on the chance from the other side, the NFC, the Arizona Cardinals. Hello, everybody. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, you take a look at the Bills entering play here. It's been a good season for them so far. They're just looking to keep that momentum going forward.
They like their record. Now they want to increase it. A win here could really get the momentum going in the right direction.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Cardinals here, they've been playing their best football of the year. Winners of 4 in a row. So it all comes down to this. We are ready, and Super Bowl 58 off and running from New Orleans. And we will not have a return, so the first drive of the Super Bowl will begin at the 25. Ready, break! Flag comes in. This might be a free play. Flush to his right. That one caught along the sideline. Did he stay in? Yes, he did. But hang on here. A penalty marker is on the field. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
And complete to Zach Ertz. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because there should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback.
And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. But I think a Cardinal was able to gain possession, yes, so they will hold on to the ball. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he will slide down with a good gain. A solid run of 11 there as he tucked it and ran, but he's still short of the marker, and it's 4th. Here's Mitch Wishnowsky now. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. For the Buffalo offense coming out, and it is Josh Allen who is at the helm.
And no doubt he's living out a dream right now. He's had dating back to his first days of playing football as a kid. But he certainly can't get lost in the moment right now. There's still a Super Bowl to be played, and his offense, they're looking to him to be their leader. You can take it all in when it's over. Right now, you got the biggest game of your life to win.
Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at the 20. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
It's nice every now and then in this game not to see people overthink it. Just hand it to the old reliable guy, let him pick up the 1st down.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. On play action, Allen on the move to his left. That's caught by Gabriel Davis. And they're going to get this up to midfield. Allen off the play fake. He's got it with the 15. Touchdown. Stephon Diggs with a first touchdown of the Super Bowl, and a long one at that. And the Bills are on the board first here in the Super Bowl. So a long play for our first points in the Super Bowl.
No doubt about it, and what we see here is something that we saw all year long from them. The ability to strike from anywhere on the field. How about the way they got it started in this one?
An extra point by Bass, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Stevenson elects not to return it. It's a touchback. So the Cardinals offense back onto the field here for their second drive of the game. They trail early on in this Super Bowl as they come up 1st and 10. First carry for James Conner. Now this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. They'll stay on the ground with Conner again. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. Right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
They suspected that it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And they take him down. The Bills get to him. The corner blitz pays off there as they sack him for a loss of 5. So that time, Charles, a quarterback helpless really in the pocket in the face of a pass rush like that. They were on him instantly. And that is incomplete.
Every offense tells you they want to come out and start fast. That's not unusual at all. But this group, they've yet to get much rolling through their first 2 drives. It looks like they're going to have to give up the football again after this one.
Wisnowski on to punt as he sends this one away. He'll return it from the 6. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. So here come the Bills out for their second drive. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. On play action, Allen. And he finds his target. It's Marquise Goodwin. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Play action. Now it's Allen. And he'll air this one deep for Anderson. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Nowadays, quarterbacks don't mind throwing into coverage because of the confidence they have in their receivers to come down with the ball. But sometimes you have to be careful you don't get too confident and throw an interception.
That'll be complete to Cook. And almost, but not quite. Needed 10. He got 9. 4th down. Now Allen again. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line. Well, they deemed it 4-down territory, and they got 4 yards to pick up the 1st. That brings us to the end of one in Super Bowl 58. Much more to come from Las Vegas after this. 7-0 is our score. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Well, welcome back to the date on the calendar we circle every year. Super Bowl Sunday. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis here with you as we get set to begin quarter 2. Out to his left. Now this is intercepted. He was trying to get it to Davis. And the Cards are going to get it back here just past the 35. Well, these defensive coaches, they sure like what they've got in this rookie corner. And with good reason, as you saw there.
He only cost him a day 2 pick, and a lot of people thought he had first-round ability. But when he was available on draft night, that was one where you didn't need the full time to make the selection. You call that pick in early, and he shows why he was so coveted with that interception there.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. The blitz as they look to throw. Under pressure, and down he goes. Kayvon Thibodeau from his outside linebacker spot, forcing the sack for a loss of 8.
He continues, Charles, to be under constant pressure. These sacks, they're starting to pile up.
If they want to have a realistic chance in this one, they've got to change their blocking assignments. They've got to do a better job to keep him upright. If he's going to be on the deck constantly, they've got no chance to win this game.
The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. They wind up getting 16, but even that's not quite enough. It's 4th down. Here's Mitch Wishnowsky now on to punt. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Now this is fielded in the end zone.
And we'll see a return here from the end zone.
And he'll be tackled inside his own 15.
The decision to bring it out cost him some yardage. So the punt goes for 56 with a decent return of 13.
And the Bills will be backed up to start the drive. They'll have it 1st and 10. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 11th. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. From up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10. Throwing now is Allen.
Got it complete to Khalil Shakir.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Allen. And this is Cook with the ground.
And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Right back to Cook for another completion. And they'll work this down inside the 30. Options galore here. 2nd and a few inches.
Give to Cook out of the gun. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. Here's Allen on 1st and 10. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Allen. And he hits the tight end. It's Davis. And he's brought down, but he has it down to the 12 on a pickup of 12. 1st and 10. Setting up the screen for Cook. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. And despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down.
That's a great job of tackling right there. If he could have made the first man miss, maybe he could have taken it into the end zone. Instead, they stopped him pretty well right in his tracks. And you often see that in the red zone. Offense has to be quick. In this case, the defense was quicker. Right up to that point, I was about to say he's had a pretty good half catching the football, but let's just be honest about it. He should have caught that one.
And he knows that. That was one right in his breadbasket and one he normally catches.
Pass caught. It's Davis on the crossing route.
So they're going for it, and here's Allen. Touchdown, Bills! Stephon Diggs. His 2nd touchdown of the Super Bowl.
And the Bills continue to look good here in the first half of this Super Bowl. Extra point by Bass, up and good.
And it's now 14-0. So that one a long 11-play drive.
And it's finished off by the touchdown by Stephon Diggs. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Stevenson elects not to return it. It's a touchback.
Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive, but at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer, and make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. And this will be swung out here for counter. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for third down. 2 minutes on the clock in the second quarter of this Super Bowl. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Out of the gun now on third down. Buying time to his left. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, this first half has not gone according to plan so far, offensively or even defensively for that matter. They could use a big-time spark somewhere, but it's not going to come on this drive as they have to punt this one away.
This is taken around the 12. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And out will come the offense as they take over. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here that could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. He'll get 5 out of the scramble and hit second down. To throw, it's Allen. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over it that time, and it's going to lead to third down.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far. But on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
Got his man, Robbie Anderson. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. Now a stoppage here as we've got a Bill shaken up on the play. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. So they fake the handoff. Now Allen. That'll be caught by Anderson. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. And quickly, they get to the line. Operating from the red zone now. Allen trying to get it to Anderson, but it's intercepted. Jalen Thompson picks it. And the Cardinals are going to have the football at their own 1-yard line. The defense looked geared up to stop the run, but obviously, Charles, they were ready for the pass, too.
Yeah, they were hoping they could catch everyone crashing and playing the run, but that was a very ill-advised throw right there. The opportunity.
Oh, and this is going to wind up a safety.
No, partner, I'm just going to say this. Whoever did the scouting report for this game is going to get a raise because they got their number at every turn, and they just buried him for a safety with ease. When you earn 2 points and give up 0 for a half of football, there's not much left you can improve on, even though they'll try.
And he doesn't even get this to the 10. He's taken down at the 9. The Bills offense now for one final time in this first half. And they'll begin inside their own 10, so field position certainly not in their favor here. A little under 30 seconds to go. We'll see how they play it here on 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Deep ball for Goodwin. They got his man complete. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. So how about this for a change in field position? From inside the 10, here's first down on the other side of the field. And meanwhile, Allen's throw going to be caught by Davis. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Now the offense will burn their third and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. And that is caught. Touchdown, Buffalo. Gabriel Davis. And the final seconds of the first half. And the Bills are starting to open things up here in this Super Bowl. Well, he's regarded as one of the best athletes among NFL tight ends, Charles, and it certainly was on display right there.
And as we've seen this league continue to grow and develop, I think the tight end position is becoming harder and harder to defend because now it's elite athletes playing that position, not just the big guys who can block. How about his ability to get downfield and make plays against any defense?
He hits the big target for the two-point try. Defenses hate those guys, especially around the goal line.
It's hard to decide who you're going to put on him. Are you going to put a smaller corner on him? Are you going to put a safety who doesn't have maybe the same coverage skills? How about a linebacker? He may have the size, but he's not used to really covering in space. That's why the tight end gives you such a great advantage when you're throwing the football.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And with 8 seconds on the clock, really not a lot of time to try to put anything together. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. So it's halftime here on sports' grandest stage. So the halftime show of the Super Bowl abbreviated, ready to go for the second half. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. These two teams sat through a longer than usual 30-minute wait, but we're back in action here in this Super Bowl. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Out come the Bills now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. And I would imagine this is where you have to take stock of the situation, CD, and say, gosh, we're halfway to the Lombardi Trophy. Let's not slow down now.
And I like the way you went there. Let's not slow down now because the first half certainly went their way. And I would expect them to continue with that type of a game plan. But you're right. You do think back to Super Bowl 54. The 49ers had a double-digit lead in the fourth quarter, couldn't hold on. So plenty can still happen.
They'll run it. Here's Cook. And some space here. And some good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line. It's a gain of 13 and a Buffalo first down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Down to about the 45. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And good work there in open space. He's got this all the way down now to the 32. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he's able to motor his way down to the 16-yard line. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. A 16-yard touchdown run. And the Bills are starting to pour it on the game's biggest stage. They are running away with this Super Bowl. Well, on the other sideline right now, it's just absolute dejection. But, Charles, let's focus on the positive. In the lead that they've built here, they've done pretty much everything to perfection in this ball game.
They certainly have. Makes me think that their week of preparation was excellent. And they flowed into this game, and it carried over. And right now, I don't expect them to back off at all. They're playing so well, they just want to keep it going.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Stevenson elects not to return it. It's a touchback. The Cardinals offense now ready to get their first opportunity here in the second half. CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one. On third down, he'll drop to throw. And the Bills are going to get him as
as he goes down.
Multiple defenders get to him there, and that is the 6th time he's been sacked in this ballgame.
Here comes the Cardinals punter now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. This is brought in at the 21. 54-yard punt, 14 on the return, nets him 40. And they will take over 1st and 10. The Bills offense back out onto the field. They're obviously right now in the driver's seat, comfortably ahead. They've scored on a couple straight possessions, Charles. And, I mean, for them, I guess it's just more of the same, right? Keep doing what you've been doing.
Yeah, it's not typical for us to see games out of reach in the 3rd quarter. Right now, they're unstoppable in this one. And seeing how they just came out onto the field, it does appear like they're done scoring points in this one. They look awfully confident.
3rd quarter, Super Bowl 58. Here's a 2nd and 10 now.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. An incomplete pass on 2nd down. That muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. So the shotgun snap to Allen.
And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there. And now 4th down.
Good clean play. No flags coming out of the pocket of the officials. Turns into an incompletion. And that should get them off the field with a 3 and out.
Allen will look to throw for it on 4th. Open man is Anderson.
And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
And the offense moving quickly to the line. Allen now on 1st down. And that is caught. It's Davis. And he'll go down, but not before getting us inside the 30. Now Allen again. That'll be complete to Cook.
And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line.
And when you have success throwing the football, the old cliche becomes true. The playbook opens up wide. And these screen passes, they become even more difficult to stop.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Buda Baker with a pick.
And the Cards will take over here just shy of the 30. Well, to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game, but that's something right there. Still in the 3rd quarter. It would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day, but they're trying their best to put that disappointment behind them and find ways to make plays.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Better than a 30-yard gain as we wind down towards 30 seconds left in the quarter. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Connor up the middle. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
We are through 3 quarters of play here from Allegiant Stadium. And we're back in the Super Bowl. Time to decide who gets to hoist that Lombardi trophy as we begin the 4th and final quarter of action.
Here comes the blitz as they look to throw.
That's into the hands of Prochet. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
The Cardinals on 3rd down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. They're going to look to throw. And that is incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw.
On the slant, DeAndre Hopkins. And he is going to have the Cardinals first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. Von Miller, his second sack of the night. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. The Cardinals on third down. They're struggling. 0 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 17. He'll look to throw. This is caught. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. His second catch of the Super Bowl, and it's good enough for a first down. But this game well in hand. Perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a first down.
But we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline because he certainly wants them to finish this one out the way they started it. He doesn't want to give up any soft completions, no late points. He wants his lead to stay right where it is.
Yikes, a 40-yard loss really sets him back now for second down. This linebacking core, they've done a good job of keeping that running game in check, haven't they?
They certainly have, and what they'll also do when this game is over is thank the guys up front, the big defensive line, because they've kept them clean, so to speak, not letting blockers get to them.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Cardinals. Zach Ertz, a 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Cardinals are finally into the end zone here in this fourth quarter. Santos able to tack on the extra point, and the lead is down to 24. And the Bills are going to recover. Now they're down big here in the fourth. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
The throw right side is complete here on the first play of the drive. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. First down, and they're going to throw with Allen. And this is caught for a Bills touchdown. Gabriel Davis, his second touchdown of the Super Bowl. And the Bills start to open this lead even wider here in the fourth. Here's Bass now for the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Stevenson elects not to return it. It's a touchback. And the Cardinals getting set to trot out there now. Those Super Bowl hopes that they had really dwindling now here in the fourth quarter. That NFC crown that they got 2 weeks ago seems like a distant memory as they have been outplayed tonight. They'll come out throwing here on first down. And they take him down. The Bills get to him. The corner blitz gets there as he goes down for a loss of 7. Well, the number one mission of any offensive line, you got to protect that quarterback, keep him safe back there. This time, the rush got to him in a hurry. Blitz forthcoming as he'll look to throw. And that's good for a gain of 6. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11. Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. They'll set up to throw. Forced out to his left. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Brought down by multiple defenders, and it's a loss of 12. Here comes the Cardinals punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And taken right on the 30. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And we have reached the 2-minute warning. Now the Bills offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And they are trying to play it cool down on the sidelines, but they know that they are very close now. He's got a man.
again, complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here, 1st and 10. And Allen is actually going to throw it here. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. And the Cardinals are going to take over at their own 28-yard line. Boy, he had to fit that into a pretty tight window over the middle. And, Charles, I think they were in zone defensively, weren't they?
They certainly were. Nice read on your part. And sometimes the quarterback isn't fooled between zone and man. Sometimes just fooled by the type of zone that he sees. Because oftentimes, those linebackers will vacate and run downfield with receivers. In this case,
and he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play.
And that's his 3rd sack, and that ties a Super Bowl record. Makes me think of my old college teammate, Reggie White. He had 3 with the Green Bay Packers in Super Bowl 31. Darnell Dockett of Arizona, Super Bowl 43. And Coney Ealy, 3 sacks for the...
And pressure coming, and they got him once again. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Hopkins. Now another timeout called for by the offense as it comes with 1:04 left to go in the game. And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Taken in at the 22. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Davis. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. On play action, Allen. Deep ball for Goodwin. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And they're going to move it down inside the 25. Now another timeout called for by the offense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. This is caught. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
When coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all 3 phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back through the early drives, you can just see that one squad is on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we have been disappointed in watching their execution throughout this contest.
Stevenson elects not to return it. It's a touchback. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over.
Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this one.
I'm so glad you brought up the yardage because I was thinking to myself, we've seen a lot of NFL games and we've seen our share of lopsided contests, but in almost all of them, both offenses have put up at least 200 yards in a game, but not in this one. This has been a display of offense that, frankly, I think the 2 of us have watched from behind our hands, trying to spread our fingers wide enough to actually see the result.
And these Bills make the 90s seem like a distant memory. Buffalo is the Super Bowl champion. And when this moment comes, I think you look back at all the blood, sweat, and tears, the offseason, the workouts, training camp, week 1, 2, 3, all building up now to say you're a Super Bowl champion. It's worth it.
It certainly is, and rarely do we have a team that hoists the Lombardi Trophy that didn't have their share of bumps along the way. Didn't have to face some adversity in the journey. And now they get to just enjoy it and revel in it. And all offseason, season, they'll be signing their autographs with Super Bowl champion underneath it.